record this. Um, they so these are fix and flips. The point of them was to do a fix and flip, and now we're looking at the potentially needing to short-term rental them.
Okay.
Um, so it's kind of a both. It's a kind of going on offense, right? So I
Yeah,
can't
absolutely.
or offense, defense all at the same time. As far as because we had some houses and they lost. Most of these people are just staging it for 2 months, and then you lose. It's like 8 grand. So
Yeah,
two
I'm with you.
cycles of that, you might as well just own the furniture. Otherwise, if you're, and then some of them have ADUs, so they can be income. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. So, yeah, I mean, essentially, it's kind of one of those weird. I don't want to call them loopholes, but it's a taxable event situation where, even though they're houses, they're residential homes. If they're listed as short-term rentals, they have a completely different appreciation schedule than a single family. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that's why I always ask that. With a single family rental, they basically depreciate over 27 and a half years. But
Okay.
with short-term rentals, it's actually considered retail, so it depreciates over 39 years. So I mean, it's a big concept because you're talking about, you're getting additional depreciation, 12 years more overall,
Oh,
but, that can also make your averages lower per year.
okay. Interesting.
Now it really doesn't play too much of a role with accelerated depreciation with cost seg and bonus depreciation because we're fast forwarding that anyway,
Yeah.
and then the remainder is just average out over the next 30 or 26 to 38 years.
Oh, okay. So is there a benefit to doing, if it's to categorize it as short-term rental to do the cost seg? Are you getting more
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
cost
And
seg?
so believe it or not, you actually do get a little bit more on short-term rentals.
Okay.
And the main reason why is because of that furniture that any FF&E added on
Um,
top. Because single families, all you can do is what's on the property, not what's included with the property.
but the actual, right, because that's considered, and the furniture is considered an improvement.
That's right.
Interesting. Okay.
Absolutely. So that's kind of the concept. I mean, of course, the price points on all these absolutely worth it, especially on my end here in Texas. It looks fantastic. Now in in California, that's
Yeah,
not
no,
so
I
easy.
mean, these are single family houses, right?
Yeah,
This is just,
it's
yeah.
craziness. I love it. I love it. The difference is just mind-boggling.
Right.
Okay, so looking at your list you sent over, you've got three in 2021, but one has already been sold.
Yeah, Amador was sold. Yeah,
Okay, Amador sold. So you got two from 2021 and then four in 2022.
correct.
Out of all those, are you planning on selling any in the next like year?
Um, I mean, the thing is, I would like to sell them. The
Okay.
reality is, I don't know if I can sell them.
Okay.
So, um, uh, I would say scenic. Um, that has a high probability of selling.
Okay.
Santa Barbara, um, and maybe Arch, but I don't know. It's
Okay.
I'm not sure how to progress if
I
there's just
got
a
you.
lot of
I got you. So
uncertainty.
you kind of have the best of both worlds going for you on this. So from the tax perspective, you are, regardless if when you actually get it done, you have the option to do 100% bonus depreciation on any of these except for Amador, of course.
Yeah.
uh, the concept being, it's not when you have the study done, it's when it was closed or placed into service. So
Oh,
because they're all done before the end of 2022,
okay.
you can have 100% bonus depreciation done on them, regardless when you do the study. So the reason I'm telling you that is because you could be a little bit more strategic in it in
Mm-hmm.
terms of each property. If you feel like you're going to be selling Scenic Avenue before the others, you could technically just get one or even two cost seg studies on the other properties, reap the benefits of it, and then that would offset your, your income level, but it could also offset the sale in a sense.
Meaning?
Meaning, when you sell the property, you're going to have gains and whatever else California is going to throw at you.
Right. Okay. So the strategy is, and the reason why I'm looking at it is I've raised about for these everyone except Scenic, I've raised about $250,000
Okay.
on our and so I have people that have money in it. Now I'm needing to go back to them and say I need some more money to be able to turn this into a short-term rental and or try to sell it over a longer period of time.
Okay.
So I need more money. Now, if I come to them and say, hey, I can share this certain part of this cost seg, it can offset. A lot of these guys are higher income people, so it
Yeah.
actually they're in the 40% range of getting taxed 40%. So I'm thinking could be a big benefit to them as I'm
Okay.
going. So I'm using this as kind of a it didn't work out how we hoped, but here's something that I didn't present that I'm willing to share.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's actually a good one. I've been trying to promote that for years, trying to make sure people understand that if you're an investor in the real estate world, then you will reap the benefits of it if you get the accelerated appreciation done. It's not about the income level, the income you're putting in. It's about the percentage of ownership that you have in the property.
Okay.
Yeah. So if somebody has a 1% ownership in this thing, and for every, let's just say $100,000 invested would get you a 10% ownership. Let's just put that in there.
Okay.
If we were to do cost seg on it and got you, let's say $300,000, I'm just flat numbers, $300,000 of depreciation, they get 10% of that back to them in losses. So they get 30%. I'm sorry,
Okay.
$30,000 available to them that they can put on their K1s, on their, some of them on their W-2, so
Right.
or 1099. It's kind of how the CPA works.
So for everyone except Stanage on there, they have 25% total between the investors, 25% of ownership. So I have 75% of the profit. They have or is there a way? I guess there's a way to move around ownership. If that's just, I have a joint venture with these guys. So, and then Stanage is the investors are getting 40%.
Okay.
So I don't know if that
Yeah,
can
no,
be,
it's all how it breaks down.
yeah,
I mean, the concept is if you, as a whole, what the property gets, if the property itself gets 20, 25, 30% accelerated depreciation back,
yeah.
then in 2022 tax filing, those investors will get 25% to 40%, whatever their ownership is, of that total amount.
Okay.
Like
So what,
it's provided to them.
so let's say on like Scenic, what would that look like?
So on Scenic, so you got 2.3 million, right? Rule of thumb for single family short-term apartments is the 20 to 30% rule. So
Okay.
meet in the middle, let's say 25%. So if you've got 2.3 million, multiply that by 0.25, that's about 575K. So
575,000?
yes.
Okay.
So
Is
multiply that by the ownership percentage.
okay. Okay. So that's total and then divided by ownership. Okay.
Right. And that's what I'm trying to, I make sure everybody understands how to break it down and
Okay.
do that.
All right. That's great. So 20 to 30% of the total value of the
Right.
2.3. So and then times 0.25, what is that?
So if the 0.2, the 25% is what you could usually expect on these types of properties in year one depreciation for that bonus.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
that total amount on that property. From there, you have to break it down per owner.
Okay. So and then for let's say for Stanage, what's that look like? A lot of these are pretty similar because I bought them for pretty similar.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely.
So it's really just goes off purchase price, right?
Right. It's all based on the purchase price. Their land does play a role in this as well, but I've been able to really, really do good on land values,
Mm-hmm.
finding the lowest amounts. So that's why I do the 20 to 30% rule,
Yeah.
because I'm also technically including the land values.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're still finding quite a bit. So on Stanage, you're looking at about 300 and let's just say 315, 315,000.
Okay, 315,000, and so they're 40%.
So wait a second. I actually hold on. We got to change that a little bit. I forgot it's 2021 purchase. So
Oh,
2021, because it's not this year, you guys have already taken a little bit of depreciation on it.
okay. Even though
So
we haven't taken that
you,
appreciation all.
oh, you didn't?
No,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Well, then in that case, yeah, 315.
315. Okay,
Yeah.
315,
And
and then four, and then
And just to make things a lot more complicated for you, because I know this is exactly what you want first thing in
yeah.
the morning. Technically, if it's listed right now as a single family rental and you're planning on converting it into a short-term rental,
Yeah.
technically your depreciation would start all over. As soon as you place it into service as a short-term rental, because the assets change
What
classification.
are we
Yeah.
fucking talking about? Holy shit. So you could take the
Yeah.
315, shift it into a short-term rental, and then just essentially double down on
Yeah.
in the same year?
In the same year, technically, you can, yes. So the
What are we
key with
talking?
that is it's just, I always try to use examples. So it's the same concept as a multifamily conversion from a hotel. Have you seen that kind of
Oh,
lately?
okay.
People
Okay.
buying old hotels, converting them into multifamily properties. Two
Okay.
totally different classes. They basically do cost segregation on the hotel, add a massive amount of improvements, and change it over into a multifamily. As soon as they change it over, it's usually like whether they do a refi or however they want to do the entity, it starts the depreciation all over. That's one of those weird hidden facts that nobody knows about.
Mm. So that's yeah. So basically my investors could do 126,000 of that at 40%. So there's a couple of different ones in that 126. So they could
Mhm.
spread that 126, and then we could do a short-term rental on these guys,
Yeah,
right? And
absolutely.
then how much is that?
On the short, it would be the same concept. I mean, you're not going to change the percentages on cost segregation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're talking about standards, right? You're still looking at the 314. You're probably looking about 300 actually.
About
300.
300. Okay, 300. Okay. And then and so that's around the same amount. That's around
Yeah.
300
Now,
times.
the only downside to that, because there is a downside,
Okay.
is that technically, if you guys decide to sell it sooner rather than later,
Hmm.
you're going to be hit double with like the double depreciation amount, like
Okay.
the recapture side.
So
So
that's not on the closing statement. That's on our taxes.
that's on your taxes. Yeah.
So if we do a 1031, does that mute
Oh
the whole
yeah.
thing?
1031, you're kicking the can down the road. You don't owe anything on the recapture or the capital gains.
Copy. Okay. Okay. That's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually, it's the reason it's like it's fresh in my brain. I'm actually working with a gentleman he's buying three hotel properties and converting them over next year into
Yeah.
multifamily. He's doing cost seg right now, and then he's going to do it again next year. No improvements, just the conversion. So
Okay, so we're talking. Okay, that's really awesome news. By the way, 4 p.m. Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I have a networking accountability group. We usually have like 15 to 25 people. I'd love for you to come and talk. They're all
yeah,
they're all real estate investors, and they all have properties, and they all have this. Might as
I
well
love
just
it.
be so.
I'm in a networking zone right now. Like I have been in the last 3 weeks, I have been to Phoenix for a networking event, Denver and Orlando last weekend. I do one more. I'm getting up on stage this weekend in Dallas.
Oh,
So
that's
I love doing this stuff. This is,
you're a monster.
yeah.
Do you have
Well,
do you have a lot of videos out or?
I have a few, yeah, but my partner has the most. He's the most well-known cost save guy on the planet.
Okay, so the 120, what is the ratio for this short-term rental? How are they figuring out is this it's not 20 to 30% for the for that. How do you figure out that number?
In terms of what you're going to get year one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's around the same thing. So
it's 20 to 25%. That's
2025. The
okay.
only thing you got to keep in mind is the once that year one is over,
Mm-hmm.
how it's spread out. So with a short term, it goes to 39 years.
Right.
If it's a single family, like a residential, it goes 27 and a half. So you are going to get more each year after the first year,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit more, just a little bit more on the single family, the residential.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it all kind of washes out. At the end of both terms, you're getting the exact same amount. It's just how far it's spread.
So these guys potentially, oh, it's 200. Okay, so it's in this scenario. Okay, okay, yeah. So my investors potentially could get the same amount of depreciation as money that they put in
Yeah,
with the conversion. With the conversion,
yeah.
so it's
With the conversion.
126, 120. We're right around 250. It's right there. They're almost 100%. But you got to do the conversion. You got to do
Yeah.
both. Boom,
And
boom.
it's, yeah, exactly. And it's not, you're not going to get it all in the first year. It's going to be like a year, 2 years, maybe even a 3 year play. But ultimately, yes, they could get the full amount that they invested back in losses.
Okay. How much are they getting in the first year on this one if we do the
And
if we do,
that's where that 20 to 30% is.
oh
Uh,
we're getting
yeah,
the 20 to 30%. So we're even getting more than what you're saying. You're
yeah.
so that like 126, that's just the first year.
Yeah, I'll lay it out for you. So which one are we talking about? Stanage?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So you bought Stanage in 2021.
Right.
You do cost segregation now. Technically, it's considered a single family rental.
Right.
So you do cost segregation now, you would get 20 to 30%. Let's just we'll just do 20%.
Mhm.
You get 20% of your purchase price
Okay.
available back to you in your year one in 2022 tax filing.
Okay.
Then in 2023, you convert it over to a short-term rental.
Uh-huh.
You could do cost segregation again on that, and 2023 taxes, same exact thing, 20 to 30%. So an additional, let's say 20%. And then yeah,
That's amazing.
exactly.
And then the after years there's additional if we hold it
Yeah.
2 3 years.
Yeah, because if one or more of your investors use all of that depreciation, both 2022 and 2023, in 2024, you still have that structure, that long-term component added on. So no
Can,
matter what, they're going to get it, but it's not going to be 20, 30%. It's more going to be like 4 to 5%.
okay. The additional
Yeah.
additional years are going to be 4 to 5%. Okay. But not nothing.
But not nothing. Yeah.
But I mean, and that really could be helpful if we're really holding out for a particular price, right? We're like,
Exactly.
um,
Exactly. The only other thing that you could throw in there to really, muddy everything up is added improvements. because
Okay.
you guys are planning on putting like 500,000 or 1 million or whatever into added improvements. That's,
Oh,
that's like icing on the cake. That's
okay.
you
So
can take that
so
too.
I didn't send you this, but I do have the construction budgets on these, and they're like
Yeah.
they're hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh
So
yeah, for sure.
so that will affect that's going to bump everything up.
Yeah, that's basically that gives you the ability to do two reports in one. It's basically acquisition plus improvements. A lot of people forget about those. I don't know why. It's always going to be like gravy on your mashed potatoes. I mean, that's you're adding value into the property, added assets. So take advantage of those immediately. And the nice thing about the added improvements, they're almost always going to be your bonus depreciation
Mhm.
eligible. So it's no longer 20 to 30% on the improvements. It becomes 50, 60, 70%.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's just on the improvements, not the
No,
acquisition.
no, I get it. I have that. So, I just sent you it's a liquidity form there. Let me see, properties. Okay, so on summary, um, protected net cost, hard money loan, protected is there. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so yeah, if on that sheet, if you go to PML summary of properties, then
Pulling it up. I got multiple screens. I'm not focusing on you.
okay, yeah, no, the yeah,
Just gotta wait.
it's the third tab in, and if it's the PML summary of properties, it has all the rehab budgets in there.
I'm just waiting for it to come across
Oh,
sooner than later.
okay. Hopefully, I sent it.
It's like, oh wait, there we go. Okay, I
Okay,
got it. All
okay.
right, liquidity opening.
Yeah, so it's the third tab in, and then down line 24.
PL summary number 24 rehab costs.
Yeah,
That's in total. Nice. 1.2 mil.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
It
so. Yeah, so let's like take the kind of rehab costs. Like, how much of that was foundation work, roofing work? Um, gosh, what else? Did you fix any drywall? That kind of stuff. Was any of that?
right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have the my breakdowns of the
Yep.
repairs exactly. So
So
I
that's
can
yeah, that's what I need
that.
those the breakdowns. I can
Okay.
get you kind of another quote on top of the first quotes that we're going to do. So
Okay.
we can I can show you exactly what you would be getting for both acquisitions plus improvements, and I can break it down for you per investor for you to really have something to present to them that's insane.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so I need to send you
Yep.
the
Breakdown per I need so I would need it because of the multiples. I do need them like per if you can.
per each property,
Yeah,
right?
per each property.
Yeah, no. I mean, we have to do that. We have
Okay.
hard money loans. We have a construction draw schedule. Like it's
Perfect.
exactly what it is. If it's not over, and some of them might have gone over a little bit. So, okay. So breakdowns. Yeah.
All right. And then
And that's gonna and then it matters differently from whether it's the roof to the foundation
yeah,
to like the appliance package that we had or
exactly. So like the concept is if like for instance unless it's a energy efficient roof, which not too many people do, then that counts towards the long term, not the bonus depreciation. But like the appliance
oh
package, goes all to the bottom line of like 5-year property, which is all given to you the same year you put it in.
Oh,
Every
okay.
bit of
So
it.
if we spend $100,000 on an appliance package,
Yep. You
then we're
get
gonna get.
$100,000 back. But if you put, it's like it's 100K plus like say 25K of roofing, so 125K. Then you only get the 100K, not the 25. The 25 is you still get it, but it's added to that long stretch.
Oh, right. So that's more over there. But the point is that let's say on that 1.22 million, let's say 50% is we're doing on average 50%. That's another $600,000.
Yep,
That's an extra like 100-ish thousand, 50 to 100,000 something there
absolutely.
of depreciation.
Added in for each, yeah, for each one for sure. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, and that's how you can probably get over 100%.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah, it works
Okay.
out well.
All right. So when can I schedule to talk to my group?
Uh, Whenever you want. Like I've got, let me see. You said Tuesday, every Tuesday, or just like one?
Every Tuesday I am Thanksgiving week is probably going to be tough, but besides that, so it's probably this next 15th or the 6th of December.
Okay, the next 15th, I'm actually already going to meet with a group.
Okay.
How about the 29th?
29th. Um, Can we do the 6th?
Yeah, 6
Okay.
is actually good too.
December 6th. Okay. Okay. And then how much potentially are these? How much does these each cost seg cost? And then with the doing duplicates, are you how much are we paying for these?
Yeah, so roughly, if you did improvements plus acquisition
Mm-hmm.
on each property, would be a total of 5,000. It's like 3,500 for the acquisition,
Mm-hmm.
1,500 for the improvements.
So it's kind of a no-brainer to do the improvements.
Oh
The
yeah,
oh oh
it's
oh
one of
the
those things where we work directly off of our cost seg report on the acquisition
right.
and add in the improvements from the list you provided. So we already
Mm-hmm.
have all the information. That's why it's only like a fraction of the cost.
Okay, and to do the short-term rental, that one, or is
Oh,
that
to do the second one,
yeah?
I probably like half that,
Okay,
just because we already did it originally, and now it's just
okay.
a matter of
So we're talking
convert. You know what? Actually, I'm talking about half of the 1,500. By the way, I'm not talking about half of the big one, because it would basically be converting a report over.
right.
It's not, you don't take the report and it's like expires. No, I mean, you can basically use
Right, like you've already done the $3,500, which was like all the work that you would need to do the second one. So it's not right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we talking? So it's like 35, 1,500 to do the improvements, and then to do the other one is how
So
much?
I think it's like 500. I'm looking at a sheet right now. Not
Mhm.
too many people do all three of them together. So
Okay.
uh, you're probably looking at like 500, maybe less than that.
500. It's about
So
50.
if you did all, how many do we have? We have 6.
Correct. Yeah.
So if
Can
you
can,
had
can I go back in the past and do the ones I've already closed on?
oh yeah,
No.
absolutely. You can do as many. I mean, but the concept is if you still own it. If like for instance, I can't go back and do Amador because you've already sold it.
Okay. Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
but yeah, if you
It
still
has
own
to
it,
be done while I own it.
yes. And
Right.
it's honestly, it's not technically because it's under different ownership. It's because most new owners won't let us in. So actually,
They have to. Okay.
that becomes a problem. We show up
Oh,
and you're like, yeah, you don't own it anymore. Okay, no problem.
then you do virtual for the California, right? or
Yeah,
you're
yeah, we would do well. I mean, I have an engineer in California, and she's
uh,
actually pretty darn good. So
is
I would
she
either do.
is she in the Bay Area in San Francisco, or where's she at?
She's in. I think she's right outside of LA.
Oh, okay. That's a flight. That's like a 2 hour flight. That's a
Well, which is she should do it. Hell, I just did. I drove. I just did a hunting ranch for a client, and I drove 8 hours one way to do it. It took me 3 hours to do it, and I drove 8 hours back same day. So 2 hour flight. Come on, she can do it.
Oh yeah. So it really behooves my investors to do this, um, and then convert it over. And if we sell it, we sell it, right? And
Right.
as long as we're 1031ing this money into another investment, then we're not realizing any of the tax gains.
That's right.
I mean, just roll
1031 till you die. That should be the next podcast.
it. Yes. Right.
But yeah, let me ask you real quick though. The Arch Street
Yeah.
in Berkeley,
Yeah.
did you guys take depreciation on that in
No.
2021?
No.
No. So you haven't taken depreciation at all. Got it.
Correct.
All right, perfect. So I can run these numbers, get you over the initial quotes.
Okay.
If you can shoot me when you get it, no rush. I mean, they got to be separate anyway.
No, I mean, no, I mean, I have them. It's not even a thing. Like,
Okay.
like I can literally just go in here and, uh,
So I'm going to go ahead and put them all together, if that's okay. Like not lump all of them together, but like put them all in one sheet. They're all going to be separate because they're all different close dates and whatnot. But that way you're not getting a massive flood of emails with different properties.
Okay. Let's see here.
But yeah, I can run through this and put it in today, and my engineer could probably get it back. I'd say tomorrow's Friday. My best engineer that's been working with me really well lately, he's out of Israel, so he's not working tomorrow.
No, he is not. Okay,
No, he
look
is
at this.
not.
This is the there it is. The thing when you're doing this many rehabs is that you have to be organized. Like you can't.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so many moving parts. Like
Big time.
okay, that's phenomenal. That is the best news that I've heard all week. That is phenomenal. I'm super excited about this.
Yeah, I actually look forward to seeing the results, at least on the projections. For me, it's always fun to find out like how much you could really get percent. I'm a numbers nerd, you know. Love breaking it down and see what each of your investors can get on both. Just the original acquisition plus renovations, and then do like a thought tax strategy for next year on the conversion. Wow, that's gonna be cool.
I mean, yeah, this is really huge, and I think it's going to be massively influential as I go back and ask these guys for more money. Okay, this sucks. I'm asking for more money, but I don't have any empty hands for you, right? I'm like, hey guys,
Exactly.
you can
Full transparency. I'm coming with something before I ask for something.
1,000%. And I knew this is in the background, and I knew this is like a magic card to pull out. Like, hey.
Exactly.
Boom. You know, this is something I was gonna offer as we exited and do. Hey, by the way, we can do this, and so this is this is perfect timing.
Beautiful. Okay.
So and then on the liquidity sheet for each of these is going to be about $15,000 to $20,000 to furnish it. So I don't know if.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's
so that's in the liquidity sheets kind of over, but that's in general, that's about 20 grand to furnish these places.
That is always good. Every little detail counts.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about it.
Yeah, I mean it's right, and that's and that's 100% deductible the first year?
So furniture, absolutely. furniture is absolutely the 100% deductible. The nice thing I love about this, especially short-term rentals, are so much fun because you get you not only do you get the depreciation, but you also get all the write-offs and the business expenses and deductions. You get all kinds of craziness to
Mm.
like your bottom line, and it's beautiful how it all comes together at the end. Your CPA will you might not see him for weeks on end because of how busy he is, but I love it. I think it's great.
Do you have any CPAs or lawyers that you recommend that understand this kind of thing?
I'm very picky when it comes to CPAs and attorneys, only because personally, like I work with 100, maybe 200 CPAs,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them just like I have my own personal requirements. Number one, they have to answer their dang phone when you call them, not their gatekeeper, their secretary. They answer their phone.
Right.
Two, they have to know real estate up and down.
Mm-hmm.
And three, they come to you with suggestions, not like you say, hey, I was thinking about cost setting, and they're like, oh yeah, I thought about no. They come to you and say, hey, have you considered doing something like this or this or this?
Yeah.
It's the same concept as if I take my car in to get the brakes fixed. I say, I think the brakes are bad. They're going to come back and say, yeah, your brakes are bad. Instead of, well, I also saw this and this. It might not be your brakes. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So
Oh, right.
yeah,
It's actually, yeah.
they actually should prove that they're doing something
You're
for
like
you.
that. It's a layup for them. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah, your brakes are bad. Plus this,
absolutely.
these other things. Not like, hey, by the way, you don't need to do your brakes. It's just these things need to be repaired.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then yeah, so I basically narrowing down those options, I'd probably only recommend three or four in the entire country. It's sad.
Well, I would
Uh,
I would love to get a referral from you because
sure.
I don't want to be doing this and then have it just be a dogfight to for the whoever's accountants can't even handle it, right? Like
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I can send you some. I'll send you
okay.
someone. I'll get to work on this and then I'll send it over to you.
Okay.
So yeah, I just got the rehab. Let me open it real quick. All right, so you got each one budgeted out. All of these were done this year.
I mean, either some of them are 2021, right?
Okay.
But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
20,
yeah,
but 2021 at least before December 31st of this year.
yeah. I own all of those properties.
That's perfect.
So,
That's what I need. I always want to, because I don't know if you
yeah,
do
like,
this or
oh, I'm
not.
gonna close in it. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because this is something I would actually, when we get on with your people online, next month, that's one of the things I want to tell them about is that this is the last year for 100% bonus depreciation.
What?
Yeah, yeah, it starts to phase out next year, which is surprisingly an election year, right?
Wow.
It goes down to 80% available next year.
Okay, so do we need to do the conversions this year then for
No,
the
you don't want
short-term
to do it
rentals?
this year because technically you bought this year, so converting it over, you wouldn't get both of them.
Okay.
You would
Well,
still, no, yeah.
so if we did the ones that we bought in 2021, could we do that?
Yeah, technically,
Okay, so
but
so Stanage and Arch in that lineup could potentially do it that
you
way.
technically could do that. Let me find out the details on that
Okay.
because if we did the conversion, I don't know if we would be able to do both reports at the same time. For 2020, we would have to backdate one to 2021,
Mm-hmm.
and most people have already filed their 2021 taxes. You would have to
But it
do
goes,
amend
you can
recap.
carry the depreciation forward if you
You
can't.
can still
Okay.
carry it forward, but
Mhm.
I
Okay.
just because technically you didn't take depreciation. I don't know how that would work on the
Okay.
trickle down.
Okay.
But yeah, I got all these look good. I can work with all of them.
Okay. Awesome.
Perfect. All right. So balls in my court. I'll get to work. I'll get you the acquisition plus the renovations all in one early. It's probably going to be early next week, like Monday or Tuesday when you get them.
Okay.
Um, And then after that, we can jump on another call if you want. We can work on breaking it down per investor.
Okay, awesome. That's phenomenal. Yeah, I love it.
Sweet.
So like Wednesday we could jump in.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to put it in today, so
Okay.
it'll be getting processed by my engineers.
Okay. Cool. So we can do like Wednesday, same time, like Wednesday at 9.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. Looking forward to it. This is phenomenal. This
It's
is
good stuff.
fantastic.
It works out well.
All
Okay,
right.
so I'll get to work on it. You go listen to some classical records, and we'll be in the middle.
Okay.
All right.
Fantastic.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks, buddy.
Brian.
Appreciate you.